What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my World Cup series. This is episode number 46, and we start today's episode off by getting ourselves into our first game with the Asian Confederation team. And yeah, to be honest, I look at this side now as we get ourselves into a game. I really can't see us causing too many shocks, and if we are going to win the World Cup with every Confederation, of course this is the last one to do it with, we're going to have to be on our game, especially to beat teams like this. 86 rated team, 87 chemistry, had players like Fabregas, Navas, Sanchez, Schneider, Koscielny and so on and so forth, and a really good squad. But to be honest, I was just hoping for a good performance in the first game, and you have the result as a secondary thing really. If we don't get the result, at least have a good performance and give me some motivation for the next few fixtures. However, we would take the lead in the 7th minute through Kazuki Honda. Really fortunate goal. I sort of just slid in there and thankfully it came back to him and he made it 1-0. But in the 22nd minute, this is exactly why I don't really feel confident using this side, because my goalkeeper decides to do that when trying to deal with Jesus Navas cross. It's straight at him, he sticks a leg out, it hits his toe and goes behind him and into the empty net. So fantastic piece of goalkeeping. Don't know why you're complaining, son, that's your fault. But yeah, this is exactly why I feel as though it's going to take us a very long time to win the World Cup with this Confederation, if we're going to win it at all. And yeah, my opponent levels the score in here. And in the 26th minute, Jesus Navas gets onto the ball and he picks out a pass in Alexis Sanchez. He takes a touch and strikes it, and it's a good finish. It finds the back of the net, but again, I think my keeper probably should have got a hand to that there. But still, it is 2-1 to my opponent, and he's in front, and unfortunately, he's come from behind to lead this game. Terrible defending by me, really. And in the 31st minute, you see Kagawa go down left-hand side, swings in across, it misses everyone, but it comes to the far post where Ashkan De Jager is, and De Jager roulettes around his man, and I blast it into the back of the net. So, really nice goal by De Jager there. I do rate him as a player, to be honest, and I'm sure he could be back in the Premiership next season. Really good finish by De Jager. Lovely little roulette and a good finish as well. So it's 2-2 and we are back on level terms. And direct from kickoff, my opponent collects the ball and gives it back to his centre back and goes for the kickoff glitch. Launches the ball forward towards Jesus Navas, but thankfully my goalkeeper catches it easily and quickly throws the ball out towards Shinji Kagawa. Kagawa ends up offloading the ball eventually after the first pass was blocked towards the run of Lee Dong-guk, who goes through here. A really good chance to make it 3-2 and complete the turnaround, but unfortunately Casillas makes the save and my opponent clears the ball away. And in the 41st minute we had a free kick here. Honda stands up to take it, but it went just wide the post. So Honda, a bit of a set piece specialist. Maybe I'll score some free kick goals with him, who knows. Almost made it 3-2 there. And in the 51st minute my opponent makes my opponent shoots, but it's a good save by my goalkeeper to deny Schneider, I think it was. And in the 60th minute, my opponent had brought a couple of players off the bench, including Eden Hazard, and he strikes a shot there, but thankfully he hits the post, and we get the ball away only as far as, I'm not sure who was to head the ball on, but eventually it comes to Wesley Schneider. Schneider finds Sanchez. Sanchez shoots, and is an absolutely brilliant goal by Alexis Sanchez. What a finish that is by the Chile man. Blasts the ball into the top corner, and unfortunately, my opponent is 3-2 up in this game, and he's back in front just past the hour mark. And I think this is the main problem with the team, I'm a really terrible defender, I really am. I'm not gonna try and argue that fact. I know I'm a bad defender, as a good ball of Cahill there. I'm a bad defender, but the side naturally isn't good enough on defense. It really isn't. All the players are very low rated, and the goalkeeper just isn't good enough. And there's another case there. He makes the save, but he doesn't get it anywhere away where he needs to. He basically punches the ball back to Alexis Sanchez, who has a simple tap in, and that ball should be turned behind for a corner, not back out to Sanchez. But the team just isn't really strong enough defensively. I'm not good enough as a player defensively, and that's the problem. I've scored 2 goals against this side who was playing 5 at the back, some very good players in there. I'd scored 2 goals, and when I came forward I did look like scoring. Here's another good chance for me with Honda, but unfortunately the shot was well saved by Casillas. Attacking, I don't think I got a problem. I think I could score quite a few goals with this side, but the problem really is defensively. It's just not good enough, and in the air as well, I don't really have good options. You know what I mean? Like, defensively, the players aren't really strong in the air, and I feel as though I'll lose a lot of headers. And I lost this game 5-2, and to be honest, I'd like to say this was a blip. I'd like to sit here and tell you that this result isn't going to happen again, but the reality is it probably will. several times. You know, the side just isn't that good. And, you know, even the CONCACAF side, you know, when I was using the CONCACAF side, you can see it was a really balanced game. But again, I think this is the point that the team is letting me down here. It's not just me being a bad player, it's partly due to that. But, you know, when you have balanced stats like that, you can kind of see that the team sort of helped him through a little bit, and my team didn't really help at all. You know, I'd like to tell you that that 5-2 won't happen all the time, but the reality is the side just isn't good enough. And when you think about it, the CONCACAF side, even when I was using that side, I still have players like Dempsey and Ruiz and players like that, whereas with this side I can't really pinpoint even one player that I think is going to be really, really good for us. You know, maybe Honda, maybe Kagawa, but you got to work with them. They can't do all the work for you. But anyway, coming against this 4-1-2-1-2 side for the second and final game of today's episode. Forming goal, back forward Decilio, Varane, Bona and Torresidis. CDM was Verratti, left mid Chadley, right mid Shaqiri, CAM Kroos, and a strike partnership of Benteke and Lukaku. Really, really good side my opponent had. It wasn't actually as strong as some I faced before. Obviously, it's not like a complete super team, but it's still a really good side. But the first chance would fall to us in the 4th minute, and the first goal would come for us as well, and it was Super Timmy Cahill who gets it. My opponent with Torresidis passed the ball straight into his run. I ran through 1-on-1 and made it 1-0, so we're in front in this game. And in the 10th minute we could have made it 2-0 here. Lee Dong-Gut gets on the ball, slides it through towards Honda. Honda finds Cahill, Cahill to Honda, Honda shoots, but unfortunately I put it wide and I can't make it 2-0. It would have been great to have a 2-goal cushion early on, but unfortunately still 1-0. And in the 12th minute here you see Shaqiri get on the ball for my opponent and roll it backwards towards Lukaku. Lukaku finds Kroos, and Kroos finds Lukaku, but thankfully for us, Benteke's shot is saved, and then he misses the target with Chadley when he really should have scored. So that was a real piece of fortune for me. But unfortunately in the 90th minute my opponent would get themselves back on level terms after Benteke sprints down the wing and crosses the ball in. And as you can see there, I was positioning defenders back to mark Lukaku, but he's a 6'3" striker and my defenders just aren't that good in the air. My goalkeeper flapped at the cross and basically pushed it back to Lukaku, and unfortunately he scores to make it 1-1. So that I don't really know what to do when that happens. It's 1-1. In the 55th minute though, we came through with Timmy Cahill. Cahill tries to play it through towards Ki Sung-young. Eventually it finds Kagawa, and he just about squeezes the ball in to make it 2-1. So a real scrappy goal, but a goal regardless, and we are in front in this game for the second time at 2-1. And with 5 minutes to go, I thought I was going to hold on and get the win, but as Tony Kroos collects the ball here, he plays it over the top towards Benteke. My defenders can't keep up, and Benteke drills it in. So real shame for me. You know, 5 minutes to go. We need a win if we're going to have any chance of qualifying, and unfortunately Benteke scores the goal, which is surely going to be the equaliser, and we'll have to settle for a draw. However, from kick-off I get the ball to Kagawa and switch to attacking, because a draw isn't really going to do us enough. This guy won his first game, and of course we lost our first game as well. So if we draw this game, you know, we have to win the last game heavily and also rely on results elsewhere. So we really did need the win. A draw wouldn't be enough, and I was doing everything I could. I felt I played better in this game. I hit the bar there with that corner from Yoshida, and I just couldn't squeeze over the line. So still 2-2. I was very frustrated there. I thought I'd done enough to score, and you know, I couldn't see myself getting a winning goal, and I'm doing everything I can really, because as I said, a draw isn't enough. We have to win this game, and even a win in this game doesn't really mean that we'll be in the driving seat in the third game. We'll still be odds on to go out, but still we kept on coming forward. Kagawa comes forward here and I shoot and miss the target, and as you can see, you know, I felt I played better than my opponent in this game. But from the corner in the 90th minute we crossed the ball in. Yoshida heads it, but this time the goalkeeper tips the ball over the bar, Vorm, and it is still 2-2. But from the corner eventually it's crossed in by Honda towards the centre. It's Cahill who goes for the header. We hit the bar again, it comes down, my opponent fails to clear the ball, it falls to Ki Sung-young, and thankfully in stoppage time we get the goal that wins us the game through Ki Sung-young, and the South Korean turns it in. So 3-2 the final score. We score with virtually the last kick of the game, and it was so deserved. You know, it hit the bar twice. There was one there in that phase of play, and you know, I felt as though I was on top through the game as well. You'll see by the match stats I had more shots, more on target. I think my possession was better as well, but I just couldn't seem to find the back of the net enough times, and obviously I couldn't defend either. But thankfully a 94th minute winner through Ki Sung-young does mean we win the game, we get the 3 points, and that does mean we still have a chance of qualifying for the knockout stage. I don't see it happening because we'll still need to win our final game, but to be honest, stranger things have happened. You know, we've gone through with 2 losses before, so there's still a chance. I mean, you know, although I can't see it happening, oh yeah, 1% less possession, okay, fair enough, but a lot more shots. Although I still can't see it happening, you know, we still have to win our final game. There is still a chance, and that's the main thing. So to end the episode off, I opened our player pack, and I also opened a pack as well. Because we've now got our coins up to 5k, so I thought I'd open a player pack and also open one pack as well, because we may as well now, you know, we're on to our last Confederation, we may as well open as many packs as possible, just in the hope we can get some good players from the Asian Confederation. There's still some decent ones to get, such as Kim Shin-wook, and hopefully we'll be able to get a stronger side, and that will help us a lot in our crusade in trying to win the World Cup with the last Confederation. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, please do leave a like, because it's much appreciated and it really does help my channel out, and I'll see you for the next episode of my World Cup series very soon.